Hello friends, and not yet friends, let's make one of the best sandwiches known to humankind since the 1950s. The banh mi sandwich can come in countless varieties, but always well balanced with savory, fresh, tangy, and sweet flavors. And today I'll share my vegan version. The other week I showed you how to make the crispy, crackly, golden Vietnamese-style baguette at home. Some of you insisted it was bolillo, but I have yet to try this Mexican bread, and my search here in Calgary turned up nada. So someone will have to help me find one to try to see if there's a difference or not. But back to the banh mi of today. We'll make the quick pickled vegetables and everything else you need to assemble the best sandwich you can make at home. Or well, one of the very best. And to make it the best, try to start with the best quality produce. Sadly, this daikon is a little on the limpy side, but it is still quite usable. When you shop for it, it could be labeled as Japanese or Chinese radish or lao bat. It can be long and skinny like this or stubby and thick. Whichever type you get, peel the thin skin from it like you would a carrot. While we're at it, let's peel some carrots too. You know how I feel about carrots, but in a banh mi sandwich, they are more than welcome. With these root veggies nice and naked, I'm off to get my big knife. Turn around and what do we have here? I'll have to sanitize everything again and switch cutting boards, but how could you be upset at this face? Trick question, you can't. Alright, with a new cutting board, let's cut some matchsticks. If you have a mandolin that you're comfortable with, you might use that or a food processor. Or you might grate these veggies instead. The first banh mi sandwich I ever had grated pickled veggies, and that one, wow, the clouds parted. Shout out to Twee, who generously shared her sandwich with me when I was at the bottom of my weight class, wrestling 52 kilos at my first invitational where I didn't know a person needed to bring snacks or trim their nails to regulation. That was a long time ago. Anyways, best not to reminisce while handling sharp objects. For a thick veggie like this, I like to cut a flat plane on one side so it can sit securely without rolling away. Then cut thin planks. Stack them and cut matchsticks. Careful to slice downwards using your knuckles only as a guide, but don't press your fingers downwards as this can cause the slices to slip and then we will have a messy situation on our hands. No sandwich, only an urgent care visit. Whoops, I meant to keep the daikon and carrots from touching each other because when I shot this, I was still reacting to carrots. That's better. Since we have our big knife out already, might as well slice up some more veggies. Okay, time to do this quick pickle thing. I'm warning you now, I never ever measure in real life for these pickles. I am only measuring right now for you guys. These are the sacrifices one must make for YouTube. That's a half cup of sugar or 1-to-1 sweetener, and about 3/4 to 1 cup of vinegar. And don't be going for rice vinegar. We want straight up, sharp and pungent white vinegar here. Then I take this to the microwave to heat for about 1.5 minutes so the sugar or sweetener can dissolve. Go ahead and taste it now. If it's too sweet, add more vinegar or you can dilute it with more water. I'm actually going to dilute it a little bit later. But first, I'm going to take this clean mason jar that I sterilized with boiling water and just fill it with our lovely daikon matchsticks. And just to be clear, this jar isn't truly sterile. I just wanted to do a good job of having it clean since I do plan on having this jar in the fridge for a good long while. It might not look like I can fit it all in there, but trust me, it'll fit. Now we can pour the sweet vinegar mixture in. And as you can see, I have some space here. I will fill the rest with hot boiling water. The daikon gets par cooked this way and they become tasty in as little as 30 minutes. But they do taste way better if you let them cool until it's safe to put in the fridge and then chill completely through. But before we do that, you want to put on the lid and give it a little shaky shake. Let's do the same with the carrots. By the way, typically you could put the carrots and the daikon in the same jar, but I'm keeping them separately just in case I'm still reacting to carrots. You can see my last video if you want an explanation on that. But I actually think it tastes better if you combine the two. Finally, since I was on a roll, I pickled the peppers too. One important thing to note is that quick pickling does not have the same preservative effect as real canning at all. So you're going to keep these quick pickles in the fridge and use them up within 4 to 6 weeks. For our main protein, well, I'm of the opinion that any protein will do. Tofu works great whether you marinate it and bread it up and pan fry it, or just slice it thin and grill it. Bean patties? Why not? But today I'm using the tempeh bacon that I almost threw away because tempeh was triggering my oral allergy syndrome, but I had the mind to freeze this as I could not bear the thought of throwing it away, my favorite tempeh bacon. But lo and behold, that cross-reactivity has calmed the F down and I can have tempeh again. Thank goodness. I'll just brush on a little oil and air fry it. Seems like no matter what I air fry recently, I always use a steak setting. It's 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 6 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm also going to try these gluten-free buns. Someone suggested this brand in the comments, so we'll see if we can't have a good gluten-free option. They are small little buns though. I'll leave one out to thaw and toast it up later. We're also going to need some finely sliced onion. Typically, the Vietnamese sandwich shops that I have been to use white or yellow onion, but Dr. Greger has convinced me that red onions are better in each and every way. Plus, they look nicer in pictures. And I'll get some fresh cilantro ready. Banh mi sandwiches typically begin with a smear of mayo and pate, which provides some earthy, creamy, savory, salty flavor and fat. For today, I'm using avocado as my creamy base, but feel free to change it up. For a while, I was also making this incredible but super garlicky yam dip based on an appy from Foundation, an old school vegetarian spot in Vancouver where I'm originally from. It's no longer there, sadly, but the power of that garlicky dip still remains. For this avocado spread, I'm going to add garlic powder, onion powder, and white pepper. For the umami saltiness, a scoop of white miso paste. Then mix and mash. Finally, we have everything we need, including a freshly baked crispy crackly banh mi. Slice it open. And take out some of that fluffiness to make room for fillings. What you do with that fluffiness is up to you. Spread on a generous helping of that avocado pate. Add your tempeh bacon, or whatever delightful protein you have on hand, sweet and tangy daikon, and carrots. Sure, okay, they belong today. And maybe bell peppers if you couldn't leave well enough alone, like me. Add sliced jalapeno or whatever hot pepper you like. And I would ordinarily add cucumber as well, but the last time I was at the grocery store, they were $4 a piece, and that is too rich for my blood. I'll just skip right to the onion. And add lots of fresh cilantro if you like cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, definitely leave it out. But if you do like cilantro, definitely leave it in. Also, you must add a splash of this, Maggi seasoning. I have read about a gluten-free version out there, but I couldn't find one before this video had to come out. So if you also cannot find gluten-free Maggi seasoning, use a gluten-free tamari. It's not the same, but almost. Speaking of gluten-free, that bun turned out pretty good. But very small. However, it does the job. If the job was making a kid-sized gluten-free banh mi sandwich, I think I would need 3 of these. Or 1 of these. That's our most delicious banh mi sandwich you can make at home. As you have figured out by now, this is an endlessly customizable sandwich, and there are no rules. Thank you so much for watching, my friend. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe if you haven't already. Remember, if you want to make this amazing bread at home, I do have that tutorial linked in the description box or in the cards right now, so go watch that if you haven't already. Otherwise, bye for now.